And hello, Aries. Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. Aries, my fire family. How are you? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for clicking here. Aries, I've got some oracles I'm going to be using to get some clarity on what the whole week ahead is going to be about, which the overall energy is going to be. And then we're going to hit it up with some tarot and get some detail out of it. See what we can find, what's going on for you in the week ahead, Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. If you are somebody who is brand new and you just rolled up in all these shenanigans, I hope you'll decide to stay. And if you do, there is a subscription button down in the bottom right-hand corner of this screen where I live. And we'd love to see you in the comments. We are a group that likes to be in the comments, so I hope you'll be there too. Aries, if you're the ride or die and you're the one who's always here with the Aries placement watching, and being in the comments, the thumbs up really count. You are building this tribe faster than all the other tribes. Thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate you so much. And let's find out what's going on in the week ahead. If you haven't been here before, please know I always read for the week ahead, whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year. For those of you that are here real time, this energy is going to be for the second week of December. So we have regret. It says, I know that I cannot change the past. I feel like here, Aries, that you are worrying about something that you did in the past, said in the past. Maybe it's a past relationship. It could be a past job. It could simply be a conversation that you're playing over in your head over and over here. It says worry. I'm learning that worry does not change an outcome. It does feel like somebody here, Aries, I think it's you, is worrying about something that went on in the past that you maybe have regrets about the way you handled it, what you said, how you acted, whatever it is. I'm going to say there's nothing you can do about it. It's done. It's over. You can get rid of these regrets because worry never changed a damn thing, right? We've got worry. This is purple energy. And the violet energy is the third eye. And we do have green here, which is the heart chakra. We also have I feel like this is telling me here with the lavender and the deep purple, like the violet color tells me that somebody here has their third eye is opening slowly. And it feels like with this blue energy here, that's the throat chakra, the green energy is the heart chakra. It feels like things are, and we've got sort of pinkish energy here, which could be the crown chakra. It feels like everything from the head to the heart is about to get into alignment here. It feels like you're about to let go of this regret and worry. I think here it says, we've got the next card on the bottom. It says loneliness. I know that I'm never alone. So I feel like whatever you said or did, I feel like you regret it. I feel like it probably ended a relationship or a friendship of some sort. And maybe you're still living in that regret. Tell me more about Aries, please. Tell me more about Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aries. We've got release control. I think this is the only way that you're going to be able to circumvent, get around, or get rid of this worry and regret is by doing this, surrendering to the journey. And just know that things always happen the way that they should. So whatever you said, whatever was the result of whatever you said, I feel like it was supposed to happen that way. And so release control. It's hard for you to release control because you are the one who's usually in control. So I'm going to say, it says here, release control, surrender to the journey. It feels like, somebody here has got this little healing lamp here. Somebody is in this boat. It's time to leave this situation. It's time to leave it behind, leave it in the past, leave the worry in the past. It's time just to sort of drop it here. We've got a narrow pathway, tread thoughtfully. And I think that's you. And I think that's why this is bothering you. So it does feel like this regret is probably ended a friendship, a relationship, a job. Maybe you went out in a blaze of glory. Take it as it resonates for you. But it feels like something like that you are still once in a while. I wouldn't say that you're heavily thinking about it all the time, but I feel like once in a while it creeps in and you're like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have said that, or I wish I wouldn't have done that. Tell me what else is going on for Aries, please. Tell me about Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. One more, please. One more for Aries. There we go. Gave us two. We'll take them. I never give back the blessings here. We've got acceptance. And sort of that's what I was talking about. It's radical acceptance of the present moment. In the present, it is what it is. You are where you are, Aries. It's time for you to surrender to your journey, move forward, and leave this in the past. It says accepting past and current situations. So you just need to accept that It worked out the way it should have. If it was supposed to be different, it would have been different. There was nothing you could do to change the situation. And it's time for you to resolve it in the mind and stop worrying about it. Solving inner conflict with others, healing past trauma. So I feel like I'm talking to an Aries who wishes they could go back and change what they did, but you can never change the past. And so I feel like you want to resolve some sort of inner conflict you have with someone else. I feel like this resolving issues, first you have to come to an acceptance is that it is what it is, Aries. It happens, things happen the way that they do because they are supposed to. And I feel like you're trying to solve some sort of inner conflict with somebody else and wanting to heal some sort of past trauma that you have, you are feeling. Maybe you created it. Maybe they created it with you. Take it as it resonates. Maybe it's still bothering you, but it's time to come to an acceptance that you need to surrender to the journey, move forward from there and stop looking back. We do have celebration. It says good times come from hard work, time spent in good company. So I feel like this is what you need to do. You need to move forward. It's time for you. And you know, the thing is that we all know that you tread thoughtfully. You're not a person who, like, you're a person who runs at your goals, but I feel like you're sort of a trustworthy person who does tread thoughtfully with people. And so maybe this is a one-off situation, but it still bothers you to this day. It says here, uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. I really do feel that if you were to stop worrying, give this up, allow the third eye to open so you can see the situation for what it is, and therefore giving acceptance here, it's time for you to resolve issues within yourself. Listen, you never have to go back to that person and say sorry. You don't have to go back to that person and say it shouldn't have worked out that way. You can resolve it within yourself and just carry on, move forward. It's time to embrace, find peace within your current state of being. The acceptance, right? The radical acceptance of the present moment. Things could have not been different than they were because they were supposed to be the way that they were. All right, let's get to some tarot. Let's talk about Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Aries, if you are interested in a private read, I still have the sale on. I decided to extend it past the 30th of November. It's now on till the 20th of December. It is 10% off, and there is a new coupon code that you will take over to Wizio if you would like the discount on any of my services. And please look at the pinned comment below. Tell me about regret for Aries. There we go. The end of regret, my friend. You just need to let it go. You need to leave in the past what was in the past. And I don't think that you have anything to do with this situation anymore, but I feel like it comes back to haunt you. So it's time for you to move forward from there. It's time for you to transform the way that you've been thinking. It's time for you to end this feeling of regret. I know that I cannot change the past. And that's what it says here. You can't. You just can't. Things happen as they do for a reason. Tell me about surrender to the journey. Release control. Look, I feel like for those of you, we're going to change tune here. We're going to talk about money just a little bit. I feel like for some of you that you're going, I feel like the information here is telling me to tell you to let go of or release the control of whatever is coming in the future. I feel like what is coming in the future for you once you hit this transformation here is I feel like this is going to unlock some sort of really lovely path. If you can let go of this and get in the boat and just go and surrender to the journey, I feel like it's the 10 of Pentacles that shows up. For some of you, this is a new job, or it's a raise, or your business is going to do really well. It could be a long-term relationship. It could be legacy money. It could be that your business starts exploding because you've decided, because regret can be a block. You've decided to let go of this block. And I feel like it opens the door to abundance for you, whether this is a good health, family, legacy, money, right? Possibly an inheritance for some of you. It feels like it unlocks something or opens a door for you here. Tell me more about Aries, please. So first you accept it, then you resolve it within yourself, and then it's going to be time to celebrate here. We've got the Six of Wands. That is celebration, my friend. It is victory after a hard cycle, a really hard cycle. The Six of Wands is about, everything that came to kill you actually made you stronger. You were able to get past all of it. And you will get past this worry and regret as well. You are going to be stepping over some sort of, imaginary threshold, I'm going to say. You're going home, and I feel like there is victory to be had there. I feel like there are people, like attention, people. It feels like it's connected to this Ten of Pentacles. For some of you, you're going to get the spotlight because either your business is about to blow up or whatever it is that you have been working on, and it feels like it's not been moving very quickly. It feels like this Death card here is here to transform everything. It's here to end the regret so you can finally let go of the last bit of string that is attaching you to the past. And I feel like you move forward in a really abundant way with this Six of Wands here. It tells me that, anything that came to kill you made you stronger. And I think that you are stronger, faster, better from having gone through this situation. I feel it's time to accept that it's not coming back. We can't do it. You've just got to surrender it here. We can't redo it. We can't re-say it. It's time to just let it go and move on. We've got the Ace of Wands. We've got the Hermit. One more. And we've got the Two of Wands. So I want to say here that I feel like you've learned the lesson. I feel like you, when you let go of this regret, there is a lesson to be learned here. I feel like it was supposed to teach you something. So whenever we're suffering from a situation, Aries, and we can't get it off of our mind and we keep replaying it, we have to look at the lesson, because the lesson is something that we can learn and is going to help us move forward. And if we just continue to suffer, that's all it is suffering, is that you cannot see the lesson. So I feel like you are going to see the lesson. And what is happening here, I feel like you are healing the self, making a realization, going over the details. This is the energy of you going over the regret and the worry. It feels like you finally come to a place of comfort. You kind of come to a place where you're healing the self. I feel like you are looking back there. And I feel like you're preparing to go on a new path. It might be why you're looking back there, because you're feeling like there is something back there that needs to be resolved. I feel like it can be resolved, but I think it has to be done in the present moment. I think it can't be done back there. I don't think that there's anything for you that you can do back there. Tell me about death and regret, please. I feel like once you get out of this energy of regret, wishing it could have been different, but it's not, I feel like that's when the Ace of Wands shows up. That's when the path opens. Now we're on a new path. You're on a new path, your energy, right? The Ace of Wands, excited and moving forward because you've learned the lesson. There's no more suffering, right? Tell me about the Death card and regret, please. We do have the King of Swords, we have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Star. So I feel like for some of you, it was something that you said that was very honest. You were very honest with somebody. And once you came to this place where you were in the King of Swords energy, look, the King of Swords can be a little harsh with their words, but it feels like whatever was said needed to be said, and then you cut the person out, or the situation, or the job, or the friend, or the member of the family, because we do have the Ten of Cups here. It was someone that you felt like was family. Maybe you looked at them like a brother or a sister, or they were a best friend or a friend of the family. But it feels like once you let it go, there was relief. I feel like the Ten of Cups are telling me that there was relief and there was healing, but I think every once in a while the regret comes back. I feel like this is moving into the week ahead. I feel like you're finally going to let go of this and just stop thinking about it. Tell me about surrendering to the journey with Aries, please. Tell me about releasing control. I feel like once you try and release control of the situation from the past, that's when you're able to move forward here and move forward with like gusto and passion and excitement. And I'm just going to run at it. I'm going to run at this Ten of Pentacles here. It feels like things start to maneuver themselves in a way that is right in line with all of the passion and desire that you have here. So surrendering to the journey means that you are going to take a risk on something. We've got the Five of Cups here. And we've got the Nine of Pentacles. So I do feel like surrendering to the journey tells me that you've got to stop with this Five of Cups. You've got to stop having these regretful feelings of the past. I feel like this is a lesson that you needed to learn, and I feel like you can drop it now. I feel like what you're supposed to do at this point is prepare. We've got the Two of Wands here, right? Prepare for the rest of the journey. Prepare after the surrender to take the rest of the journey. Release control and begin to move forward. I feel like for some of you, this could be a relationship we were talking about, and it feels like you still go over conversations you had with that person in your mind. Gosh, I must have really hurt their feelings by being too honest and being very factual and head over heart, and I didn't show them any emotion. Like, it feels like somebody here is still going over those feelings. It feels like here it's time for you to leave that energy behind, because the Knight is here. And the Five of Cups is here. And I feel like the Knight is leaving that energy behind. The Nine of Pentacles is here. For some of you, you may have left a relationship and become single. It could be that. But I think for others of you, if it's not about a relationship at all, it feels like maybe you left a job. And the Nine of Pentacles is telling me that you have been really hard at work, that you've been working on something that I feel that you've built all by yourself. I feel like having to let go of that energy back there, the regret back there, is it really just catapulted you into the future. I feel like surrendering to the journey and releasing control is going to make you feel more confident. When you realize that you are in the boat and there's someone else driving, someone who has your best interest at heart, the universe, right? Whoever's got the wheel for you, whether it's Jesus or Buddha or Ganesh or whoever it is, somebody's got the wheel. And I feel like you're supposed to enjoy this Nine of Pentacles energy, because it's about to speed things up here. You're going from the 9 to the 10. It feels like you were in the Nine of Pentacles, but you're about to go to the 10. You might be going to a new relationship. Your business might be taking off, but it is, when we look at, how we're attached to the past, we don't realize that it blocks the future. And I feel like up till now, it probably was blocking the future for you. What are you preparing here? I feel like this lesson has helped you prepare for this 10 of Pentacles here. Tell me about the Two of Wands, please. We've got, there it is. You're able to just leave. No more chaotic mindset. No more overthinking it. To me as a reader, the Six Swords are in the boat for a reason. Those are communications and connections that you don't want to forget. Patterns that you're going to stop these patterns, right? The only way that we can stop the patterns, like, you're never going to do that again. You've learned that lesson from whatever went on back there. And I feel like the Six of Swords is telling me that, the swords, the communications and connections that you had with other people, the things that they taught you, you don't want to forget those things. And that's why the swords are in the boat. It feels like you are moving to a place that you're going to be kinder to yourself, that it's going to be energetically better for you. Look, we got a couple of boats here. The universe has got you in the boat. The universe has got you, friend. And I feel like you are at this point preparing for the week ahead. And I think the week ahead is going to bring you a little bit more mental clarity, a place where you're no longer attached to the past. It feels like there's lessons that you've learned. You've got wisdom from this. Yeah, it feels like there is something new, and you have a new pep in your step next week, a pep in your step. You've realized that there is something brand new that's brewing here. You're going from the 9 to the 10 of Pentacles. An Ace of Pentacles is showing up somewhere and is going to complete some sort of a cycle for you, so you can grab one of those pentacles, go to the Ace, and begin again. I feel like you're on a roll, is what I want to say. It feels like you really are on a roll. So the Page of Wands is here, and the Page of Wands is that spark. It's the excitement of something new, getting on a new path and doing something new. And it almost feels like you're finally letting go of whatever was back there. We've got 2, 3, 4, and 5. Is that what it is? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yes. We have 5 wands here. So I really do feel that situation was holding you back from abundance. Your business, more business coming in, you being able to not occupy your mind with whatever went on back there. It's time to stop feeling bad about it, because I feel like it happened the way that it should. It feels like with the King of Swords energy here, it feels like this was what you were learning back here. You were learning to be the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is somebody who can hurt feelings because they're very honest and truthful. They deal with things head over heart. But I feel like you were learning how to be the King of Swords at this time. And it's a necessary lesson for you to become the Emperor, right? Which is also Aries energy. Tell me about the Page of Wands. We have the Knight of Cups here. Yeah, it does feel like here you're preparing to go into a new relationship, or that you've been moving slowly, possibly moving slowly because you've been connected to something back there. And I feel like it's time for you to celebrate. It's time for you to celebrate that victory is on the way here, because it was the victory that you learned this hard lesson here. I feel like for the longest time you were trying to figure out, right? Virgo energy, going over all the details. But the thing is Virgo's really hard on themselves. And so I feel like you were being really hard on yourself about this situation here, which narrowed your path. I feel you were treading lightly, treading thoughtfully because you were worried. I feel like it's time to embrace the future here. Tell me about the Six of Wands. We've got the World card in the reverse. We've got the Fool. And we've got the Emperor, and I called him out, right? I was just saying, you're the Emperor. So I feel like with this World card in the reverse here, it does feel like the World card in the reverse tells me that this door may never close itself. It may never be closed. You may never actually get to close the door here, but I feel like you are supposed to leave it behind. It feels like with the World card being in the reverse, there is always going to be this unfinished business, something you wished you could have said or wished you could have done, but it is time for you to stop worrying about it and having regret about it. I feel like you've learned that lesson. The Fool is here saying, look, the chapter's new. It's a brand new chapter, and you are the Emperor. You are in charge. You've got your stability. You've got your security. You are the person who is in charge. You grew from this, right? You grew from the King of Swords, which I do feel was your last lesson before you became the Emperor. I feel like you needed to go through this energy, needed to go through this lesson, so you could finally be balanced in your energy as the Emperor is all of the kings. So I feel like this is a new dawn. It feels like once you accept the situation for what it is, that you couldn't change it. It shouldn't have been different than it was, because it was a lesson you had to learn. You resolved the issue, and then it's time to celebrate your stability, your security. You are the person who's in charge, the one who is the final word, right? The one who is running the businesses. I feel like you have possibly more than one business for some of you, but the Emperor is somebody who's carrying it all. So for you, it could be, if you're not a business owner, it could be you're working, but you're carrying the mortgage and you've got the kids, and like you're carrying it all in a very balanced sort of way. And this is how you're moving into the new year, because I feel like with the World card in the reverse is telling me that the year's not out yet. The year's not over. So much can change before the end of the year comes, right? And we've got the Fool. The new door is going to open, and you are stepping into 2025 as the Emperor. Tell me what the outcome is here, please. Tell me what the outcome is for Aries. We do have the Hanged Man. You get a whole new different perspective here, is what it looks like. We've got the Two of Swords. Yeah, it's I feel like with the Hanged Man here, it's the Hanged Man and the Hermit energy is telling me, the Hermit energy is giving you a new perspective on why you were blocked. You didn't know why you were blocked, but look, this is a full moon above the head of this person on the Two of Swords. I feel like you are going to be letting this go. We do have a full moon in Gemini coming up on the 15th of December, and I feel like that's going to be the time for you to finally release this. Release this lack that you've been in the mind because of this situation. So we do have the Ten of Swords. It's time to release it, friend. I know that this can be a hard place to be. It's a hard place to be. Maybe this person from the past, or this job, or whatever the situation was that you will finally be releasing, it was something that really hurt your feelings, or maybe you feel bad for hurting someone else's feelings because you were honest, but I feel like the lesson had to be learned, and it had to be the way that it is. I feel like your understanding comes with the Hermit energy, the wisdom that you get from learning the King of Swords. So, without this wisdom, you can't be the Emperor. The Emperor is the Emperor, all the King's energy, because they have wisdom. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you guys, and I hope you have the most beautiful weekend. I'm out. Bye.